So if I classify the methods used for the determination of performance point, I can classify them into two categories. One is called equivalent linearization approach. All of these are the methods to determine performance point or this target displacement XRIN. The second category of methods is displacement modification method. The equivalent linearization method approach is based on an idea that you can approximately represent a nonlinear structure by an equivalent linear structure. So you can convert an inelastic structure into an elastic structure approximately by modifying the properties of that elastic structure such that the response of that structure approximate to the inelastic structure. The displacement modification approach, which as the name indicates, is based on modification of elastic displacement to directly get the inelastic displacement. See, your ultimate objective is to determine XRIN. It is defined as the maximum roof displacement which your structure is going to experience in case of future earthquake. So you already have the response spectrum of your site, which is representative of your future earthquake. That spectral acceleration will give you a spectral displacement. So you already have the spectral displacement uh, of your specific site. That elastic spectral displacement can be modified by some empirical factors to convert it into inelastic displacement. And that inelastic displacement will serve as our performance point or target displacement. So this is the idea behind displacement modification approach, that you start with the spectral displacement, SD maybe, and then you multiply that SD with certain coefficients, and that becomes your inelastic displacement, and that is your target displacement. The first approach, equivalent linearization, is based on the idea that you have the inelastic structure on one side, you construct an equivalent linear structure with modified time period and modified damping, and that equivalent linear structure is going to represent your nonlinear structure. So, and third approach is that you convert your multiple degree of freedom system into an equivalent nonlinear single degree of freedom system and perform the dynamic analysis for that single degree of freedom system only. The peak response of that single degree of freedom system will provide you uh, the target displacement. So the most common method in the first approach is called the capacity spectrum method. It was originally presented in ATC 40, but later it was modified in FEMA 440. So I'll quickly go through this ATC 40 method and I directly show you what are the improvements made in this method by FEMA 440. And then we will have a E-tabs demonstration quickly for this capacity spectrum method, FEMA 440 method. So this improved equivalent linearization procedure is actually the same capacity spectrum method but slightly modified by FEMA 440. The second approach has the most common method called as the displacement coefficient method, DCM. It was also originally presented in ATC 40 and FEMA 440 improved it further. So we will be having this second method also. I'll just directly show you in E-tabs. Once you can perform pushover analysis and plot the pushover curve, on that pushover curve you can apply any of these two methods directly using E-tabs. This displacement coefficient method, the improved version, which is FEMA 440 method, is also adopted in ASC 41, and all the later ASC 41 methods kept it as the primary nonlinear static procedure presented in all ASC 41 later on. So even in ASC 41-17, you have the same displacement coefficient method, which is modified by or improved by FEMA 440 in 2005. So actually This second approach is the one which is most widely used nowadays. Uh, the first approach was discontinued in all the later documents from ASC 4106 onwards. It is not included. But the primary method retained in all ASC 41 is the second one. The second one is the most easy one, and as the name indicates, it is simply based on modifying the elastic displacement by empirical factors to convert it into inelastic displacement, and that serve as your target displacement.